Hey, what's up guys? Duff here. So today I'm going to show you how to bake my s'mores sandwich cookies. These things are really, really good. Now listen, you guys know that I love getting creative in the kitchen. So think of this as more like a guide. If there's something you want to tweak along the way, you're the chef, you do it. All right? You are in charge. This is how I'm going to show you how to do it, but man, I tell you, if there's something you want to throw in there, don't be shy. All right, let's bake some s'mores sandwich cookies. Now, first thing, let's see what's in the box. All right, we got directions. We're gonna need those. Let's see, we got brown sugar, chocolate, graham cracker crumbs, ooh, fruity pebbles. Don't mix these with milk and eat them. Like, these are for the cookies. More fruity pebbles. Seriously, don't eat them. Flour. This is awesome. This is graham cracker crumbs. So there's different amounts, right? So this is like a small amount of graham cracker crumbs that goes in one part of the recipe. Here's a bigger package of graham cracker crumbs goes into another part of the recipe. Same thing with the fruity pebbles. Big bag, small bag, they're for two different things. So when you're reading the directions and it says big bag or small bag, make sure you pay attention to that. Vanilla sugar, regular sugar, marshmallows. All right. Oh, and a little bit of salt, because you always need salt in baking recipes. So I'm gonna put this stuff over here and I'm gonna start with the directions. All right, so we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna take just as much time as you would. So, hopefully you can just like put the video on, follow along, because I am using the exact same directions as you. I'm using the exact same ingredients as you. But I'm not using the same oven as you, so if you know that your oven is like a little too hot, just you put it down 10 degrees. You know where the hot spots are in your oven, how often you have to turn things. Sometimes, if you notice that your cookies are like super dark over here and not dark enough on the other side, you're just not turning the cookies enough while they're baking. Okay, step one, wash your hands and preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Okay, I can do that. Bake 350, here we go. Also, place 6 tablespoons of butter onto the tabletop so it comes up to room temperature. Now, your butter might not come up to room temperature in time. So if you want to microwave it, just do it in like 5-second bursts. You don't want to melt the butter. You just want it to be soft, right? You just want the butter to be kind of soft like that, right? Okay, let's see. Oven's good. I'm gonna put this rack right in the middle. Okay. All right. Step 2, line a baking sheet with parchment. So here I have a sheet pan. Okay, good. This is a good solid sheet pan, a real one. Sometimes I find that the more inexpensive cookie sheets tend to warp in the oven, so I get real professional ones. Okay. Step 3. All right, step 3. In a medium-sized bowl, whisk together the flour, crushed graham crackers, the large bag, and the salt. Okay, so here's a medium-sized bowl, and I'm going to get the flour, which is right here. Now, you can actually, let's use scissors. I don't know where my scissors went. Oh man, I used to have, oh, here they are. So, take a pair of scissors and open up this bag of flour. And you go. Okay, the salt. I'll put the salt in here. Okay, and what else? The big bag of graham cracker crumbs. So basically what we're doing is we're making like a graham cracker flavored cookie, right? It's kind of have like the consistency of a chocolate chip cookie, but it's not. There's no chocolate chips. If you have chocolate chips and you want to add chocolate chips to this, do it. If you have butterscotch chips, I say do it, man. That'd be awesome. You know, any kind of like chips, peanut butter chips, if you want to put something else in there, you're the chef. You're the chef. Okay, so I'm going to whisk this together, right? That's what it says to do. Whisk this together until it's fully combined. Okay, so I want to make sure that I don't see like, you know, darker patches or lighter patches. And sometimes it's nice to use a clear bowl because you can see what's going on underneath if it's not whisked all the way. So I'll just mix this up till it's mixed real good. All right, and then set that aside. All right, step 4. In another bowl, cream together the 6 tablespoons of softened butter, the sugar, and the brown sugar with a whisk until it's light and fluffy. So I'm gonna get 6 tablespoons of soft butter. So I'll just open this up. Get a bowl. Okay. And then let's see, 1. Okay. 2. 3. This is why I like weighing things out. 4. 5. 6. All right, brown sugar. I love the smell of brown sugar. So brown sugar is, the thing that you're smelling is the molasses. The regular sugar, not the vanilla sugar. Okay. I love these packets. They're really like, they keep everything like super clean. That's nice. All right, now let's get another whisk and let's cream this stuff. So creaming the butter and sugar, what you're doing is you're you're adding a lot of air to it, right? So when you add air to it, you're gonna get a lighter, fluffier cookie. And also you're making sure that everything is nice and combined, so there's not like a big chunk of brown sugar in one spot in the cookie, which you don't want. All right, so first I'll just kind of, just sort of get everything nice and mashed up here. Right, you can go kind of slow at first. And you want to get all this stuff out of the whisk. Now, if you have a stand mixer at home, definitely do this in the stand mixer. It's a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to get this stuff out. Okay, now we're going to start being a little bit more, and kind of move it a little faster. You can see it's starting to change color, right? So as you're adding air to it, it's getting lighter in color and a little bit bigger in volume. So that. All right, that's looking good. So yeah, if you have a mixer, use it. All right. Let's get the, you want to make sure to get everything out of the whisk, because if you don't, your recipe is going to be off. So make sure you're not leaving a whole bunch of stuff stuck to the whisk. Okay. Step 5. Okay, so let's see. Step 5, we're going to add 1 egg, a half a tablespoon of milk, and the vanilla sugar to the butter mixture. So let's crack that egg. Half of a tablespoon of milk. Measure that. I know what a half a tablespoon looks like. You probably don't. Measure it. Okay, and the vanilla sugar. All right, now I'm going to whisk that together. So this is the butter, the brown sugar, the regular sugar, the egg, the milk, and the vanilla sugar. All right. Okay, so now I got everything mixed up. I'm gonna add all the dry ingredients to this, and I'm gonna fold it with a spatula. So this part, I like doing this by hand because you're not gonna overmix your cookies, right? A lot of times when we use a machine, we tend to overmix the cookies a little bit because it's easy, right? You turn on a switch and the mixer starts going. This way, we're gonna mix this just until it's done, and it's so gentle, we're not gonna activate any of the gluten that's in the flour, right? So we'll get nice tender cookies and they won't be too chewy. Yeah, This is looking good. This is a nice looking dough. Now, I have more milk, so just in case if it's like a little bit too dry, and I'm talking a tiny bit, like you can add like drop by drop, you can add just a little bit more milk to make sure that this is like a good consistency. But I gotta tell you, this looks pretty great. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There's a nice looking cookie dough right there. So you just want to make sure that there's no pockets of dry stuff, right? So just kind of comb it, make sure. That looks pretty good. Okay. Okay, step 7, I'm going to take the crushed graham crackers and put them in a small bowl. I think I know what this is for. So I'm going to cut this open, put these graham crackers in this little bowl. And then if you see any lumps, just kind of break them up a little bit. Just like that. Okay? All right. Okay, step 8, we're gonna scoop some cookie dough and put it onto our tray. So I got my tray right here, and I'm gonna put it right here. Now, what we do is gonna get this dough. It's gonna be a little big. Let's try a smaller one. I'm gonna try a smaller one. This is about a tablespoon. That's the baby. I don't know if you can hear her, but it's really cute. Okay, now, so I have a little scoop, and now I'm gonna scoop that into the graham crackers, and then kind of toss it around a little bit, get some on top, and now I have, all the graham crackers are sticking to the little ball. Now I can just place it right here. Just like that. So you can just kind of toss it around. And then pick it up. Get rid of the extra. Oh, oven's ready. And then plop it down right there. These are gonna be fun. I love s'mores. I remember I was at summer camp. I was really young, and when I learned what a s'mores was, and I was like so baffled. I'm like, this is a thing, and I'm just learning about it now, in all of my 8 years. And yeah, man, s'mores, I love s'mores. And I've always loved that flavor. There's just something about chocolate and marshmallow that is just wonderful. Graham cracker, graham cracker, interesting. So graham crackers are made with graham flour, or what's also known as whole wheat flour. And graham flour still, it still has the bran. It's a lot earthier flavor than just regular flour. And it's one of the things that really gives graham crackers like their very distinctive taste. These are good. These are good. Now, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for a timer, because I'm filming on my phone and my timer is on my phone, and now I don't know how I'm gonna time these cookies, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just count. All right. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll do 10 cookies on this sheet. Okay. one more. And there we go. Now, let's see what the directions say. So here's my cookies. I'm going to spread these out just a little bit more. Okay. You don't want the cookies to run into each other. Okay, so this says we're gonna bake them for 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna look at the timer on my phone. See, we're at 20 and a half. So, okay, so these are going in now. So at 28:30, actually 24:30, I'm gonna switch them. All right, so those are in the oven, 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so step 13, I'm gonna melt the marshmallows and 2 tablespoons of butter in a pot on the stove. So let's see, here's a pot. Okay, I'm gonna put this on like medium low. And then let's get some, we got 2 tablespoons of butter. All right. And the marshmallows. Okay, now I like to do this with a wooden spoon. They don't burn in a pot, and they're pretty easy to clean, unlike me. So we just you want to make sure that you keep stirring this. So if you don't, those marshmallows are going to start to stick. The cookie dough is good. Like a little salty, graham crackery. Okay, raise the heat to a medium so we can get these marshmallows melting. This is what they look like. She's hungry. There we go. So you'll see the marshmallows will start getting a little softer. They'll start kind of blending in with each other. Now you got to you really can't stop stirring. So keep stirring as you're doing this because you don't want them to stick. It looks like mozzarella. I love mozzarella. Okay, we're just about there. You can kind of see it's starting to become, you know, one big mass. This is fun. So you're taking butter and marshmallow, mixing it up, and adding, you know, rice cereal to it. You're basically filling these cookies with Rice Krispie treats, except they're made out of Fruity Pebbles. All right, now it's starting to come together really nice. So you can see it's really almost one big mass now. Okay, we got about 1 more minute on the cookies. That's good timing. Let's take a look. Almost. All right. Okay, so I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to get the large bag of Fruity Pebbles. Open that up. And in you go. Now I got all the Fruity Pebbles in here. Now I'm just going to mix them in. But I don't want to mix too much. Just enough. Just get them folded in. You don't want to like completely destroy them because then your marshmallow will turn like a weird color. So just get them in there and then stop. All right, that looks good. Okay, let's see. Let's have a look at those cookies. Spin those around. Let's give them 2 more minutes. I think 2 more minutes feels good. Okay, so. Step 18 is telling you to take the chocolate and melt it in the microwave in 30-second intervals, and that's a great way to do it. I'm gonna melt them on the stove, just because I think microwaves are weird. Right? Aren't they weird? Think about it. It like cooks food using invisible death rays. I don't understand how that works. So I got a little pot and I put a tiny bit of water in it. And now I'm just gonna turn on the stove and I'm gonna get it warm, right? So as soon as it comes to a boil, it'll create steam, right? And then the steam, here, let's do it this way. So what'll happen is the pot will get hot, the water will boil, the steam will hit the bowl, and the bowl, that's where the chocolate is. Then it'll mix, right? The chocolate will melt, and then you can mix it all together. It's a nice, gentle way to melt chocolate. All right, let's see. Let's clean up while we're waiting here. Okay. These are gonna be good. All right, let's check these cookies. Yeah, let's give them like one more minute, right? I just want to see a little bit of color on top of them, you know? So I'm gonna give these cookies one more minute. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these cookies, we'll let them cool, and then we're gonna fill them with the marshmallow stuff, and then we're gonna decorate the outside. It's gonna be awesome. And now I'm gonna show you a trick that's not in the directions. I'm naughty, I'm bad. It's gonna be fun though. I'm gonna show you how to do something really cool with the chocolate using just a little bit of parchment paper. First, let's take those cookies out. I think they are done. Here they are. Oh yeah, these are perfect. These look perfect. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is get a little spatula here. And I'm gonna put the cookies onto a cooling rack, right? So here's my cooling rack. So I put the cookies on here so they can cool faster, because I am impatient and I want my cookies done. But really, you put them on a cooling rack so the bottoms of the cookies don't steam, right? If you let the cookies just cool right on the paper like this, the moisture has nowhere to go and it stays in the cookie. And then the bottom of the cookie gets a little mushy, which you really don't want. Okay. So there's all my cookies on a cooling rack. Now let's move this guy. Careful, it's hot. All right, now my steam's going, so I'm gonna turn this down and open the chocolate. All right, now just dump the chocolate right into the bowl. And then we can turn this way down, because that chocolate's gonna melt in no time. Okay, so let me show you. You can see the chocolate's really melting now. See that? It's better than a microwave. Microwaves are fine, they're fine. I just think they're weird, but there's nothing wrong with them. Okay, so our cookies are cooling, our marshmallow is done. We're melting some chocolate. We are getting there, folks. All right, cookies are cool, marshmallows are done, chocolate is melted. Let's assemble some cookies. So what I'm gonna do is get a plate, just like this. So I have a nice plate to put our cookies on. All right, and now I'm gonna get the Okay, now I got the cookie scoop that I use for the cookies, and my cookies, and my marshmallow. And now what I'm gonna do is just scoop out the marshmallow like this. Deposit it onto the cookie, then take the second cookie and make a sandwich. Okay. Ooh, that looks good. Put this here. Let's get another glob of marshmallow. Get it on the cookie. Gently squeeze these together so the marshmallow sticks. Okay. I love all the fruity pebbles in here. This is gonna be good. Okay. That's 3. Here's number 4. Okay. And here is number 5. All right, we got cookie sandwiches. Now, okay, so now what you can do if you want is take a spoon and you can just kind of drizzle the chocolate like this, but I'm gonna show you how to do something really cool. Here, I'll do one that's drizzled. And then maybe I'll take some of this graham cracker and sprinkle that on there. Ooh, and there's also more Fruity Pebbles. So if you want to, here, let's drizzle another one. And then we'll take some of these Fruity Pebbles and maybe even like smash them just a bit, kind of make them crumbs. And put them on top. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, here's what I'm gonna show you. So, take a piece of parchment paper and then take the scissors and you're gonna cut a triangle. All right, so now you have a triangle. It looks like this, right? Longer over here. You take the short end and fold it over to make a cone, like that, right? Just take the short end, fold it over, make a cone. Pinch the inside with your thumb, and then wrap this around. You're gonna have to practice this a few times. Wrap it around, and now you have a cone with this tail. So you take the tail and just stick it in. Make sure the cone is nice and tight. And now we'll fill this up with chocolate. Okay. Just like that. Then close the bag off by folding the paper. And now you have a little tiny piping bag. This is what the pros use. All right, so now I'm gonna cut off just the tip of the piping bag so you can see it's like a tiny little hole. Then put it on the cookies. All right, and then we'll take a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Let's do another Fruity Pebble one. These are looking good. Not bad. Here they are. Here's the cookies. Look how good these came out. Mmm. Yeah, look at that. So, I think we did a pretty good job. Now listen, you guys, have fun with this. I want to see what you guys make, so make sure to tag me at Duff Goldman because I want to see your cookies. All right, so hit me up, Twitter, Instagram, you know, whatever your sort of, you know, social media of choice is, and let me see your cookies because I don't know, mine are pretty good. I don't know if you guys are gonna beat me. I'm pretty good at this stuff, but you know what? These cookies came out so colorful. They're really good. You know, I think we should eat one. You guys want to eat one? Here we go. Ow. Mmm. So, the cookie is like really chewy in the middle, a little bit crispy. I got chocolate. A little bit crispy on the outside. And then you get to the marshmallow, like the inside of it, and it's really good, man. It's like, yeah, it's like, it's kind of like a Rice Krispie treat, but like a lot softer because it's a lot more marshmallow than Rice Krispies. Mmm. All right, guys, remember, tag me, Duff Goldman. I want to see your cookies. I hope you guys have fun, and I hope they're just as delicious as mine.